The Turkish getup can be a phenomenal exercise for not only strength, but also an expression of mobility, being able to own certain positions, especially using weight. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to do it without weight to start, just to get the technique down. And then I'll show you how to do it with weight, a couple tips for being able to kind of make sure that you're using that correctly and moving in the right ways, as well as some variations and drills that you can use to build up technique so that you can graduate towards using weight and really master this technique. So let's dive into it. All right, so to start, I'll show you without weight and then we'll add the weight later. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start on our back. We're gonna have one knee up and then the same side hand up. And then the trick here is usually people have difficulty getting to that first position up onto the elbow. So the trick to this, and I'll kind of flip this way so you can see it. So if the weight is theoretically in my right hand here, I'm gonna have my right knee bent, foot flat on the floor, and then the trick is to slide this leg out so I can use the weight of my leg to be able to take my body over to get to the elbow. So the trick here is I wanna make sure that when my leg goes out, I'm gonna match that angle and make my arm parallel so it's on the same line as that leg, which is gonna make it a lot easier to push from my right heel to get up to the left elbow. If we're doing the opposite side, it's the same thing, right? So left hand goes up, right leg goes out, right? Left arm goes up, and then I can push that way. If this leg is too close, it ends up becoming a crunch, whereas if it's here, I can kind of push out to that side. So the first position is really just being able to push from the heel, use the weight of the leg to get to the elbow. Now I'm gonna think about being able to replace the elbow with my hand to get to what we call a tall sit position, okay? And then I can work my way right back down. The thing to keep in mind is I wanna make sure that this hand pretty much points directly up towards the ceiling, because when we start to add weight, if it starts to come down, it's gonna put a lot of strain on the shoulder. So one of the tricks to the Turkish getup is just thinking about being able to keep your eyesight on the bottom of the bell if you're using a weight, or just keep it on the hand. And that way we can make sure that we're really kind of getting extension and maintaining that upward position, which is gonna make it a lot easier when we start to use the weight. Now the next movement in the series is a little bit tricky because it's where we get this sweep of the leg, okay? So when I get up to that tall sit position, I have two options, right? I can just push to sweep the leg underneath to this kneeling position, or I can express a full range of motion through this hip by pushing up and then sweeping the leg underneath. Definitely the harder option, but it's always an option if you'd like. The heavier the weight is, the more inclined I am to just sweep to be able to get that stack. Now, the important thing that I want you to note here, and I'll show you on the opposite side, is that this position comes from sitting the hips back, not just trying to twist and rotate through the mid back. Okay, so in order to get to that stack position, we want to be able to slide the hips back, sink into the hips, right? Coming from that tall sit position. All right, so tall sit, slide underneath to get the hips back. And that way we can get this nice kind of T opening to be able to keep that weight overhead. In order to get out of this kneeling position, the trick here is to think about, we can swivel the leg in, right? And think about driving through the hip in order to get up. So I don't necessarily want to think about extending my back and rotating to do it. I want to think about really just driving through the hips to get to a standing position, right? I can unswivel the legs and then get to that position where I can lunge up, and that's the top of it. So to go all the way from the floor all the way up, on that right side, right knee up, right hand up, leg matches the arm, we rotate over to the elbow, replace the elbow with the hand. I'm gonna swivel that leg all the way through and then push the hips forward to get to that position in a kneeling position, and then pushing from that front leg, and then we just reverse it, right? So the way down is bringing the knee into that lunge. I'm gonna slide this foot out to the side, sit the hip back to get into that windmill, and then I'm going to plant my left hand here as I kick the leg through, back down to the elbow, and back down to the back. So this is a pretty technical movement, and sometimes if we want to be able to master the technique, instead of jumping straight to weights, we can also use drills that require a little bit more focus on balance. So we can take something like a yoga block, we can place it on the fist in an effort to kind of balance it in that position. And it just gives us a little bit of awareness as to how to create a little bit of stability as we go through those same motions and get used to having something that, again, isn't heavy weight. It just makes it so that we have to be conscious of our joint positions, moving around it to ensure that we don't let it fall, right? So that can be a really, really good place to start. Then when you do start with weight, you can always keep it light. As we go and we start to use the weight, especially as you get into heavier weight, we want to make sure that we start in kind of like a position where we're lying towards the side. So if I plan to do it on my left side, I'm going to put the weight in my left hand, lay on my left side, and then rotate that way, and then go through the same motions. Once I've kind of mastered a relatively light weight, I can either increase the weight or I can decrease the stability using a certain weight. What that means is instead of having the weight draped towards the back of the wrist here, I can flip it so that it is bottoms up and then go through the same motion, right? Less stability, so a little bit more demand in terms of grip position as well as the coordination that the elbow has to go through. And so it makes it challenging without necessarily having to increase the weight. So lots of different options. It's a very, very versatile exercise. And again, very demanding, very technical, and you can do a lot of different things with it. And so we're big fans of it for honestly end stage like shoulder rehab, just as an expression of stability in different positions, as well as just finding like a really functional way to get somebody used to being able to use almost every joint in the body. So huge fan of this exercise. I hope this tutorial has been helpful. And if you have any questions or if we missed a piece of it that you think would be helpful to kind of answer, just let us know in the comments. And yeah, maybe we'll make another video. So